Honestly, as far as rehab goes, it's good. I'm out there I'm running. I'm about to start cutting, so I'm progressing well. I'm right on track on where I need to be. It's great. I can't wait to get back out there and just can't wait to keep playing football.
Say it one more time.
So you woke up a Carolina Panther this morning. Did you have to pinch yourself a little bit?
Oh no, man. I woke up ready, man. I got a call right after I got dressed. They was coming to pick me up at 9:30 in the morning. I told them I'm gonna be ready.
Carolina Panthers, there is a clear agenda, a beautiful, clear agenda of, hey, we know what we have in Bryce Young, and we are going to get him a litany amount of weapons to help us in this upcoming season. Dave Canala and your GM, Dan Morgan, have been doing some great things in this draft, and I just want to preface a few things. I love Bryce Young. I do not think you guys made a wrong decision by going Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. The trade was very bold and very big, but it was very clear that the players on the roster on last year's team, they were up to snow. So whether it been CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, or whomever, it would have been maybe uglier if those were the guys in Bryce Young's shoes. Love the Xavier Legette pickup in the first round, going back into the first, making some plays, and getting the man out of South Carolina. So there's some beautiful things that I like with Xavier Legette. You see this clear-cut comparison player comp to a Deebo Samuel. And I would say, okay, I understand what they're trying to do. Xavier Legette, he's really big on running angry when he gets the ball in his hands. He takes an electrifying approach of being able to use his body so freaking well in jump ball situations. He is really able to create a beautiful divide between the ball and the defender by using his body. Beautiful jump ball ability. This last season, he had a PFF grade of 82.8, 1,255 yards. Yards per catch was at 17.7, and the touchdowns were at 7. I saw this man in real life, in person, at the Senior Bowl, and he was by far none one of the best receivers out there. I think he was the best, but Xavier Legette, definitely, that Senior Bowl helped push his ticket into the first round. I love the accent. I love how he is. I think his country twang to him, his country persona, it's going to be a beautiful thing to have acclimated into the building. I think he's a hard worker coming out of the SEC, and I think they're so quick to make the Deebo Samuel comparison because they did go to the same college, but I think this player is an actual wide receiver. I don't want to disrespect Deebo, but he is a running back that they're playing at wide receiver. They've shown that multiple times, but I think Xavier Legette is a wide receiver, and I think he's going to be doing great things for Bryce Young, getting him open, and I love it. I love this pick for you guys, but it does not stop there. My favorite running back, my RB1 over Marshawn Lloyd, who I do like, is Jonathan Brooks out of Texas. Let it behold, if he didn't get hurt and he had an opportunity to play against Washington in that semifinal in the playoffs, I think 100% Jonathan Brooks carries Texas to the national championship and maybe gives Michigan a run for their money. If Jonathan Brooks is present, guys, this is the whole thing. Bryce Young, small quarterback. We get it. We got it. Good. You cannot compliment a small quarterback with a small running back in Miles Sanders. And I don't think Miles Sanders does anything phenomenal. So I was very upset when that's the running back that you guys bring into the building. So beautiful. You get Jonathan Brooks. He's a guy who can catch out of the backfield. He's a guy who, when the engine starts going, it's going to be very hard to bring him down. It's a guy who you better send more than one. You have this ACL injury. I don't believe in the ACL injury holding back players anymore. I think we've been seeing time again, if you take the right approach, you don't rush things, everything will happen beautifully. And so Jonathan Brooks entering the building in Carolina, you have your future running back in the building, and I just don't think it's Miles Sanders. I think it's going to be a yin-yang, maybe Miles Sanders on third down, but Jonathan Brooks can do third down stuff, 100%. And so I think having that bigger back next to Bryce Young, it's going to send a certain type of message to the NFL defenses. I mean, because look at it. As a linebacker, you see a little quarterback and a little running back. Like, your brain should be on a beautiful level of like, all right, if I get to him, I mean, Miles Sanders ain't going to stop me. Look how small he is. And so, like, I just think in the end all be all, this is such a under the radar, beautiful pickup. I love it. I almost swore. I really love the Jonathan Brooks pickup. Now, back to the defense, we go. Off the ball linebacker, Trevon Wallace from Kentucky. He does pop off the screen. I think that's the number one thing. He illuminates his energy within the defense. A few things that I like about Trevon Wallace is that he does have ability to find the ball. He does have a knack to where if it's not a missed tackles, he has 10 missed tackles in the season. I hate double-digit missed tackles for my linebackers, but you guys did get him in the 3rd round, so there is going to be a little bit, not boom bust. I like what you guys got. I think in the building, once he gets in his NFL element, he is going to be a viable player for you guys. I just, like I said, I hate the missed tackles, but magnet to the ball, does have the ability to pick off the ball. He had a few interceptions. And one thing that I do like, if it's not a missed tackle, this might sound like a contradiction. No, it's not. I understand what I'm trying to say. When he does make the tackle, there's pain that the ball carrier shows. Like, it hurts when he hits you. And maybe that's a leeway as to why he has the missed tackles. Maybe he tries to deliver the punishment a little bit too much. But you can see ball carriers, quarterbacks get up a little bit slower after he hits them. So I think that's going to be a beautiful, absolute beautiful addition to the team. But I'm probably sure we're going to talk about the tight end that you guys just picked up, which is probably the pick that you guys may be the most excited about, Trevon Sanders. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think he got drafted exactly where he deserved to get drafted. I've been seeing things like he's a first-round tight end. Some of my colleagues think he was a first-rounder. Some of my colleagues think he was second-rounder. I think he is beautifully set in at that 4th-round spot, top of the draft, in the 4th round. Receiving, let's barbecue chicken that. Lick all the fingers, like we're good. As a receiving tight end, yes. In the National Football League, you got to be able to block. And I think that is the clear 100% drop-off. You put in those two tandems together, receiving and blocking defensive ends or linebackers, he doesn't measure up. I saw him get his head blown back by safeties. And the safeties are strong, safeties are big, but they're linebackers that are way bigger, defensive ends that are way, way bigger. And I just don't think Texas put him in a lot of situations to where he needed to block. And so that's going to be the biggest thing with him. Can he put his hands in the dirt? Because what that opens up is play action. And it's so, so important with Bryce Young to have play action at his advantage. I mean, you have Jonathan Brooks, who's going to be pounding the rock again and again and again. And then you have a beautiful play action opportunity. Is he even going to be out there on 1st and 2nd down after we run it 2 times? Is he going to be even able to trick a defensive lineman into caring, or a safety into caring about his blocking ability to where, oh, I need to come up because Trevon Sanders is blocking down. I will run. Oh, shit, he's behind me, touchdown. You know, if you're bad at blocking down, it's going to get blown up so fast so where the safety doesn't even come down. And so we're seeing the field beautifully, and the play action is already over. It's already done. So hopefully he learns how to block. That is my biggest knock on him. Of course, he's extremely athletic and can get open. He's beautiful on the crossing routes. And I think Texas just needed a more of a gunslinger to really pull my heart into saying that this was a top tight end. I had multiple tight ends above Trevon Sanders, but I am happy to be proven wrong. And I think the beautiful thing about the quarterback that Trevon Sanders has now is that he's not a concept quarterback, Bryce Young that is. Like, concepts aren't going to be able to get Trevon Sanders open. Your quarterback is going to get you open. So even if Trevon is strapped up, or if there's a linebacker or a safety beautifully attached to Trevon Sanders, Bryce Young's placement, as we talked about, the same placement that he had to get Adam Thielen 100 catches and over 1,000 yards, that gets pushed over to Trevon Sanders, Xavier Legette, and of course, the Deontay Johnson pickup that was so massive. This is a completely new team. Jonathan Brooks in the backfield. You guys picked up 2 Texas Longhorns. Like, this is a team that is moving not in the right direction, but the best direction for Bryce Young and the team and their growth. Everything that the media, all these talking heads, they want to shit on you guys and shit on the Bryce Young pickup, but we're about to see in real time. Take notes. Take notes of all the people that are talking trash about Bryce, and don't let them kind of like sneakily like hop on the train. You watch them out. Watch out for all of them. And don't let them kind of, oh dang, you see Bryce Young's game? He did, shut up. You were talking all that shit last year. Look at what he had at his disposal, and you did not care whatsoever. My boy Bryce got some weapons. David Canales, I'm going to say this one more time. I said this on the last video. Dave Canales, the new head coach, as an offensive coordinator and a quarterback coach, he got Geno Smith paid when he was in Seattle. And then Mr. Dave Canales goes to Tampa Bay, and he got Baker Mayfield paid. Baker Mayfield has a lot of money now. He got a nice contract. He is about to do great things for Bryce Young. And I just can't wait. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the movie. And once again, I already asked a lot of you guys. All y'all said I can be a fan for the season. So thank you so much. Let's eat. Let's get our popcorn ready. It's going to be a good one for the Carolina Panthers. I'm sure at opening, your over-under for the games is going to be 5.5 for the season. We're taking the over. We're fucking cashing it in. I love Bryce Young. I love where this team's going. I love Dave Canales. And we're about to show a lot of people in real time. You gotta wait. You have to wait for these quarterbacks to grow. Stop going all in on year one, good or bad. Like, comment, and subscribe.